name's Demi Louise and we are at the Aussie BBQ at South by Southwest and you're watching the AU Review.
So good to see you back here.
Thanks.
You're like a South by veteran now. How are you enjoying being back?
Yeah, it's so good. It's actually like a lot easier than last year.
Yeah.
Because I guess last year I was kind of like sussing out that streets were in number order and like, you know, like that sort of thing. So yeah, it's good.
It's I find that, you know, with each trip or with each festival like this, I'm sure you'd find it the same with all the things you've been doing in Europe and Canada. Every time you come back, there's always something new that you find, and you feel like you become a little bit more of a local each time.
I know. It's like I know where the grocery store is that sells the juice, like so I don't have to like walk around everywhere trying to find someone that sells juice.
I was like that with I found a grocer in East Second that actually sold fresh fruit the other day. I was just like,
yeah, it's mind blowing when it happens. You're just like, thank you so much, no more meat.
Right? Totally. How's the music side of things treated you this year?
Yeah, it's just amazing. Like I've come over with a keyboardist and backing vocals, so it's like I really expanded in that way. So I was really excited to kind of come back, and I've been doing everything solo for so long. I was really ready to like do this.
Was that any, you know, how much of a change in mindset was that for you? Like having that knowledge that you have somebody else over with you, and you weren't totally shouldering it on your own.
Yeah, it was like less stressful and more stressful at the same time. Like it's less stressful because like at least I have someone to talk to now and like we're doing stuff, but then like trusting someone else on stage is like a really different feeling. But yeah, I'm pretty lucky with how it's going. So
and I suppose, you know, obviously you're so experienced now in touring overseas. What's been exciting you the most about looking at 2016 in terms of a live touring year? Because we do see you out on the road so much.
Yeah, I mean, I guess going back to Canada as well in May is really exciting because that's where I wrote my new single, Taxi Driver. So it's like going back there and kind of like expanding on that. And I really want to settle more in Australia, I think, in terms of like getting my co-writing and touring Australia a bit more, because I feel like I've done a lot overseas now, and it's like, okay, it's time to like come back and do that now. Yeah.
How have you found, I suppose, the difference in establishing yourself as an artist and as, I suppose in your case, as a songwriter as well?
Yeah.
I feel like all the conversations I've been hearing about your music over here and even coming out of Canada, it's just like, this girl's an amazing songwriter.
Thank you.
Have you noticed the difference in trying to push that profile out here than it is back home, do you think?
Oh yeah, I think it's definitely a little bit harder in Australia. Like step one is that it's like geographically different. There's Melbourne and Sydney is kind of like the writing hubs, and even then a lot of people are overseas. Whereas in America it's like you go to LA, you go to New York, and there's like thousands of people in that area. So I think even just in terms of that it's harder, but at the same time it's a lot smaller in Australia, so it's kind of easier to make your way in. So yeah, it's different.
And in terms of, you know, playing either coast and then going up north to Canada, is there any preference for you? Is there any particular territory you love playing?
Well, last year I've only ever played Toronto in Canada, so I haven't really expanded on that. But this trip we've played Dallas, Houston, and Austin, so I feel like we've done the little
Three very different
Texas,
cities.
the little Texas round, and everything's so different, but it's amazing. I love it.
You know, that gives you a really good advantage in terms of, you know, kind of hitting all these really distinctively different cities and then being able to go home and kind of view the Australian touring industry with, you know, a set of eyes that a lot of people wouldn't have.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it makes you appreciate things and also kind of see where you need to go within that scene, because it's so much smaller and more distinct. When you come overseas, you're like, oh, hang on, like this will make sense now. So yeah.
So you mentioned that you've got your single coming out in Canada.
Yeah, well, it's already released worldwide, but I wrote it in Canada, so going back, we're going to kind of like try and push that a little bit, and
That'd be exciting. In terms of the stuff that you've got coming up back home, can you tell us what we can be expecting from you?
Well, hopefully I'll be doing a mini tour halfway through the year, so that's still in the planning stages, but it should be finalised soon. And yeah,
I mean, it's kind of great to kick off a cycle, if you will, at something like South by. There's so many different things going on, so many different artists to be inspired by.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, like even the lineups that South Australia put together are always so diverse.
Yeah.
talking to you, and Hans is playing in the background.
In case you probably don't realise, but Hans is playing there, and I'm like half listening to him and being fascinated, half being like,
trying just not to groove along with the guitar.
Yeah, I know.
But even, the sound gallery lineups are always incredibly diverse as well.
And I love that there's two events. I love that there is the barbecue and the sound gallery, because it kind of like the mixture of audiences as well is really good, because you're playing with other acts that are similar, and there's a crossover there with their
you can always count on
fans.
something different.
Exactly, yeah.